down to a plume. How is this relevant? I haven't a clue, but it's Shafey's palace. This stuff is gonna spin a rock solid wood. That contradicts, but I don't care, 'cause it's really good. I know you're thinking that this girl should just get on with Shafey's palace.
In 5, 4, 3. Hey everybody, what's going on? Sarah Shafey here. Welcome to Shafey's Palace. Basically, you're here to be taken where no man has been taken before. We are here today with Emily, Toronto soul, blues, pop, folk artist, you name it. And basically, we're here to talk about her new full-length release called Never Just a Dream.
That's right.
Never Just a Dream. So thanks for being here, Emily.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, I'm excited about this.
Me too.
Basically, I wanted to start this off by talking to you about your current release, Never Just a Dream. I know that it's already getting much acclaim within the Canadian community. It's a great CD. Basically, I quote for you, "She's got a strong, emotive voice, and the production is lush and natural sounding. Lots of jazzy vocalists can sing nice, comfortable music, but not many play with the conventions creatively, which is where she shines." That's an excerpt from Now Magazine, which was very recent. So, tell us for a moment how you took all your various influences and basically created such a solid and fluid album, and it was quite effortless as well. So.
Well, I pretty much listened to every type of music under the sun, except for death metal. That's pretty much the only thing I don't listen to, but it helped to have a producer who sort of listened to my ideas and embraced the ones that were good and sort of put me in my place when I was just going a little bit crazy.
Kind of important once
but sort of the idea, like from the whole beginning, was to make sure that I guess the tie that bound the entire album together was the voice.
Yeah.
So to just make sure that from track to track there was
kind
of like a point? Totally. Yeah,
absolutely. So I also know the album which you were talking about, your producer, is done by Mitch Girio, who also goes by King Kong Girio, which I love that moniker. I know he's produced for Kirsten Jones, country artist, amazing. The Kingpins, also amazing. I want to know a little bit about the production process and what that was like, what your role was with that.
Usually when I write songs, like I take the song to my band, and it obviously just starts with me and my guitar. And then eventually the band sort of all adds their own little spice here and there.
So they write it as well. They have
well, they don't write it, but they definitely have an influence on the overall sound of how the song evolves from just an acoustic guitar to all kinds of different details and that kind of thing. And then from there, sort of had Mitch come and sit in on a couple of our band rehearsals and just sort of talk about like areas that could be improved to sort of like showcase the songs in the best way possible. And then I had all these ideas of wanting to have horns and strings and, you know, different instruments that weren't in the band in its usual form, like when we do shows. But I think when you have the opportunity to record, like, you should just, for me, I like to utilize every instrument that I can kind of get my hands on. So yeah, that's just sort of like a slow
And then for
process.
the strings part, which is it's pretty dominant within the album. It sounds beautiful. How did that happen? What was the process?
There's a friend of mine named Mike Olson who's worked with a lot of really, really great artists. And I basically came to him and said, you know, here are the songs. They were basically recorded to the point of being finished, except for the strings. And I said, you know, take them, do whatever you want, because he's so smart. And I think that when somebody's really, really great at one thing, like that's what they specialize in, you just kind of got to let them run with it first before
Absolutely.
imposing too many of your own ideas on it. So I guess that's sort of what I did, and he came back to me, and
The
I
ideas were great.
pretty much changed nothing. They were all exactly how
That's
I wanted them
That's
to be.
nice when
Yeah.
that happens. So that's I wanted to also talk about you. You've had some strife within the process. I know you've had some surgeries.
Yeah.
Here and there on your vocal cords, is it? You've had a polyp. It's a pretty sensitive issue. I wanted to know about what you were thinking at the time and where you would have taken your career otherwise, because I know that you're very musical. So
yeah, there was definitely I think it was 2 years ago I actually had a growth on my thyroid gland, and that's not really related to your vocal cords, but just because of where your thyroid sits, when they remove part of it, there's a chance that they can slice the nerve that controls your voice. So if they sliced it, then not only would I not be able to actually sing, my speaking voice would be completely different as well. Could be
like
practically
Dick Tracy
nothing,
or something like that.
like Dick Tracy
or Batman.
like Batman. Oh man,
Yeah.
Batman. That would be terrible. But so yeah, that was a pretty scary moment, because you had to sort of ask yourself, okay, so if I come out of the surgery and I can't actually sing, what am I gonna do? Because I love music. So I thought that I would probably become a really good guitar player.
Which I'm assuming you could do.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that was
you
sort
are,
of the plan. I mean, like, I think once you've sort of been touched by music in a way that makes you want to do it all the time, not being able to sing, I don't think that it wouldn't stop me. Yeah. And then a year later, I was having some voice issues and went to a doctor who sort of, stuck this really pleasant camera down my throat, and then I had a polyp. And a polyp is just sort of like nodes, and you just have to go in for surgery, and then after they remove it with like microscopic tools, then you have to be silent for a week and just let your voice totally heal. It was all right. I didn't mind it, actually.
Yeah, it's like a zen moment of
zen.
zen.
It was pretty relaxing. Just like dinging a bell when I need something and like writing.
Mommy.
Yeah, exactly. So it was good.
That's awesome.
And everything
I'm glad
healed
that
up.
it worked out.
And
I'm glad that it worked out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I also wanted to kind of touch base on. I've heard your songs. You've had in the past. If you guys haven't heard them, Emily did a little bit of electronic music. She sang on some like happy hardcore, like raving, pumping bass beats.
It's true.
How did that come about?
Well, when I was 21, I guess, I was pretty big into the drum and bass scene at that time. And a lot of my friends were sort of up-and-coming DJs and producers and that kind of thing. And a friend of mine named Stranger, he had sort of written this tune, and it was just the music, and he asked me if I wanted to write some lyrics for it and come into his like little home basement studio and record some vocals. So that sort of that tune was called Hypnotized. Yeah, man. And that sort of evolved. Like a bunch of people did remixes of it, and then from there I just sort of
I like that track.
Yeah,
a lot,
I mean, I'm proud of it. It was one of the first things I ever wrote. So then after that, just people, I guess, heard about me singing because, I don't know, I guess producers are always looking for vocalists. So once someone knows about you in that kind of scene, they'll ask you again and again. And then I had the opportunity to sing some happy hardcore tunes, which was kind of weird. It was like this weird full circle thing, because when I was like 17, I'd go to raves and I'd be like dancing crazy to like all this hilarious music and glow sticks and candy and whatever. So and now it's weird to know that people do that listening to me.
Those are good times, man. I enjoyed the raving days.
Yeah.
So basically, I just wanted to touch base on where people can get to know about you a little bit better, purchase your CD. So this is your opportunity to tell them all where they can find you.